Hi kids, it's Grumpy. Let's read a book. Hi kids, it's Grumpy. Let's read a book. We've got these Disney's 5-minute bedtime stories that we're going to continue reading. Everybody seemed to like them the last time I was reading them. Let's see, this one looks like The Little Mermaid. And we're going to start over here, and there's some fish. And that's an underwater city, it looks like, and some clams. Okay, it says day and night. Come on, Flounder, Ariel whispered to her friend. Swim faster. We don't want anyone to see us. She looked over her shoulder to make sure no one was watching them leave the castle. There wasn't a single mermaid, fish, or Sebastian in sight. Everyone was already in bed, sound asleep. Wait up, Ariel, Flounder said breathlessly. Where are we going anyway? We're going to the surface, Ariel told her friend. Come on. Flounder flipped his tail faster, trying to catch up. But it's the middle of the night. Ariel laughed. That's why we're going, she explained. Scuttle says that on the surface, everything looks different at night. She smiled as she remembered all the fascinating things her seagull friend had told her. I want to see for myself. The surface? Flounder said nervously. Ariel didn't pay any attention to him. Flounder could be such a guppy sometimes. But she wasn't going to let him stop her from seeing what nighttime was like in the human world. She swam as fast as she could, continuing farther up until her head and shoulders broke out of the water into the cool evening air. She looked around. Wow, she whispered. The moon shone brightly above, casting silvery reflections on the waves. The deep blue sky was decorated with thousands of stars. Scuttle was right. The human world looks much different at night. I bet it does. Oh, what's this on the land? There's Ariel. Flounder had to agree. Night and day don't look this different underwater, he admitted. He gulped nervously and looked around. Speaking of underwater, Ariel, don't you think we should be getting back there soon? Ariel's gaze was fixed on the distant shore. Bright lights twinkled from the buildings. Ariel had always thought that the surface world looked interesting, but at night it looked new and magical. Look, she whispered to Flounder, there's a castle. She pointed to the castle. Light poured from every window and door. The faint sound of music floated across the water. Sounds like they're having a party or something, Flounder said. As he spoke, a shower of fireworks filled the night. Colorful lights splattered against the sky and rose towards the stars. That's all that. Human parties look like so much fun, Ariel said longingly. I wish I could go. Flounder laughed. You can't go to a human party, Ariel, he said. You're a mermaid. Ariel glanced at her fins and sighed. She knew that Flounder was right. She was a mermaid, and mermaids couldn't walk or dance or do lots of the other things that humans did. But that didn't stop her from wishing she could. Know what it was like to be human, to do what they did, see what they saw, know what they knew. Were humans and mermaids really as different as night and day? Come on, let's go home, she said sadly. She dove down into the sea with Flounder right behind her. But as they swam away, Ariel glanced up through the water once more. But maybe someday I'll get to see what the human world is like, by day and by night. Maybe. Oh, that's the end of that story. Well, what do you think of that story with Ariel and her adventure up to the surface? You think they were having a party at that castle with the fireworks and stuff? And there's some seahorses with messy hair. Crazy. So this was a good story, don't you think? We'll try to get another one read in here pretty soon. Until then, be excellent.